This is Marcy from 1033 Main Salon and Spa in Mumford, New York. Our phone number is 585-474-0036 if you're in the area and you want to stop in and see us. I want to talk a little bit about my hairdo because I've been getting a lot of compliments on it and people asking me about how I do it. So I'm going to show you how I do the style I've been wearing lately. But first I want to talk a little bit about my haircut because it does work especially well with this style. And my hair is wet because I'm going to style it from this. But my cut is actually an asymmetrical bob, heavily layered, heavily textured. In fact, I used myself a cutting technique called the knuckle buster, which I learned from Benny Pollard of Benny Factor and also his salon in Louisville, Kentucky, Benny and Friends. So, and I'm proud to say I was actually able to do the knuckle buster on my own hair myself without cutting myself. If you saw how it's done, it's a little tricky. If your stylist doesn't know how to do the knuckle buster, you can come and see us because I do know how to do it, or ask for a chipped in cut or a razor cut. You want a very texturized layered cut. I have an asymmetrical bang that's shorter on the left, angled to longer on the right, because I tend to part my hair on the left, and it's tapered in at the bottom back here. What really makes it work is the layers. You don't need this exact haircut, but short to medium length layers work very well with this. Products that I'm going to use: a little mousse, which I'll put in right now. This is Paul Mitchell sculpting foam. I don't use a whole lot. You can use gel, but I find that's a little bit much for my hair. I want most of the volume through the top and crown, a little bit in the back, so that's where I'm going to put my mousse. The rest of it is actually not going to be quite as puffed up as all that, so I don't need really mousse there. The thing that's especially important in this styling technique is your hairspray. I'm going to be using ABBA Airframe. It's a very light hairspray. Shaper by Sebastian works very well. Any design spray or working spray will work very well. Do not use a finishing spray. You don't want to freeze your hair in place. You just want to give it hold and lift. Blow dryer, I use it with the nozzle off, and I will do a little bit of a finishing touch with my small flat iron. Just because that's how I'm doing this style doesn't mean that you can't use these techniques. If you don't have a flat iron, you don't necessarily have to do it exactly like I do. And a little hairbrush, just because I want to keep certain areas smooth, like the bangs. And in here I don't want too puffy. First thing we're going to do is dry it for volume. And it's going to be loud. You don't want the nozzle because you want it to dry kind of randomly. You can flip your head upside down. Actually, I just finger dry it usually. These areas that I don't want volumized, I'm not going to lift them up. But the rest of it, I'm lifting it up to dry it. This area here, kind of just move it in the direction that you want it to go, which should be up. You want a lot of volume up here through the crown. Especially get the root area dry. I'm going to go ahead and leave the camera on to dry it because I want you to see the process. This is a large part of what actually gives it the style that we're looking for. You can go kind of random on the bangs. It's sort of free range style. You can do this in a more sort of done way. I kind of like it a little more funky and fun and going every which way. So that's how I dry it. And out as I can. correct, I'm backing up. I know you can see my roots, but they won't show when it's all done. It'll be fine. I hope. That'll be another video. Okay. This last little area here. It's all up and out. And if you dry it and it's all sticking straight out from your head, good for you. You're still going to be able to make it work. I'm going to get a little more lifter here, but I don't want to pull all of the bangs up. And I like to keep this a little more down here. Put that behind it. I want to probably tuck behind my ear anyway, so I'm not going to have to worry too much about it. Alright, it looks kind of crazy, and you definitely aren't ready to go out with it yet. Now's where your hairspray comes in. I usually start here at the back. And you're going to spray it in and then pull it where you want it. Lift up and spray in at the roots and then pull them into position. And that's how you start to get it in a little bit of a control on which way your hair is going. But in the meantime, you're spraying in support for that root area. If you were finishing your hairdo, I would say have your hairspray out about here because you want it kind of dry. But with this, you want it a little damp hitting the roots. Spray it in there. And then slide your fingers in and pull it out to where you want it. I'm also kind of working my bangs over to the side. But these behind my bangs, I want them up in the air. I want lift and volume. You'll notice no curling iron, no hour morning routine, and it's very quick, low fuss kind of style. I also like, because I'm a little older, my oil glands are not as active as they once were, I don't like to necessarily wash my hair daily. And this is one I can get up tomorrow and just touch it up with a little bit of this where it's needed and pull it into place and it'll look fine. So again, very easy, low fuss kind of thing going on with my style. You kind of just pull it where you want it. I love the volume I get from this. I love that it actually only takes a few minutes. And I love that everybody else thinks it's so cute. Because, you know, I'm of that age where you kind of have to be a little careful about what you think you're getting away with. Where's my mirror? That's the other thing I do like to use is a little hand mirror so that I can check the back and see what's going on. Now this looks a little funny back here. That's alright. Hairspray. Just get it in there and lift it up and pull it out. And then you can even pull it and arc your hand a little bit. I know I'm not quite showing you what's going on again. I can't see quite myself. Okay. Spritz it in there at the root area, and then you're going to pull it out like that and get it where you want it. And you just keep kind of working it until you get it how you like it. If you like a more smooth, sort of everything going in a particular direction, you can do that. I don't like that on my hair. I like my hair to look a little bit windblown, maybe is the word. Sometimes I call it free range. It's just kind of going where it wants to go. I also have a little scar on the back of my head over here that I try to just make sure I've got that area covered. Alright, so we're back. We had a little problem with the camera and we've got it worked out. But anyway, at this point, You're just doing little random flicks. You don't have to do this. If I wanted to, some days, in fact I do, just tuck this back just like I tucked that back. I've gotten kind of fond of the little flicked out thing, so it's just sort of my personal trend right now. But I want to show you the whole thing all finished. Alright, I want to give it a little extra flick of hairspray right here, because this I have trouble with. And I think it's just because my layers are cut shorter to long in the front, and so it's a little heavy right there. It probably needs texture. Other than that, there's my hairdo. And like I said, it's very quick, very easy. I probably spent a little extra time on it because we were taping this for you today. And here's the full 360 of my hairdo. You don't have to do it exactly like I do. I really more wanted to show you the technique because it is very useful in layered hair when you want to get lift, but you don't want to fuss with a curling iron and you don't want to spend all day on it, rollers or all of that. I hope that you learned something from it. I hope that it makes your hair days better, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.